market is just not a good place to be to buy long. And you're probably coming here going, then why am I even here for this video? You're here for this video because I want to give you some insight on what's going on and the best places to have your money at this given time. Always remember that cash is a position, but a lot of people don't want to do that. They want to be investing in something. So I'm still going to give you some fish, but I'm going to teach you why I'm giving you the fish that I'm giving based on market's conditions. Starting right here, why is the market doing what it's doing right now? Surging bond yields are a stock's biggest problem right now. And coming up on the Treasury yields continued their march higher on Wednesday with the 10-year Treasury reaching 4.9. If it goes over 5, folks, the market's going to go probably into a big correction, bigger than what it is right now. And this has happened not since 2007. We know what happened back in 2007, 2008. And while the market history suggests stocks should rally into the year end, the continued sell-off in bonds is threatening to destabilize what so far has been a strong year for equity markets. What else? Fed Powell's strong economy may still require rate increases. That comes from Reuters. Rate increases. We know that the Fed has paused interest rates for the last 2 quarters, not to my liking, but it's not all about me. It's about what the Fed needs to do to keep the economy intact. And I understand that the rising or the raising of interest rates at this particular time probably is still, we know that it's still hurting the banks. I still think that's one of my bubbles, the banks, but that's another video for another time. But strong economy could still require rate increases, but going into the next decision, more people are thinking that he's not going to raise rates again. A lot of people feel that he's done raising rates for the year. I don't think that that's the case, but again, it's not what I think. So where should your money be? With all of this showing that the market could still have some more downside, understanding we got geopolitical things happening with the war, not only in Ukraine, but now in Israel, these things are affecting the market in an adverse way as well. Crude oil. Crude oil is still on the rise. As I look at oilprice.com, crude went up again, Brent went up, all across the board. Louisiana Light, Bonnie Light, a lot of different variations of oil are still going up. I think that as we get into the geopolitical things, that if Iran really gets behind all of this, and again, are they already behind it or not? Another story for another time. But when any oil producing country gets involved in a war, it's going to drive oil prices high. And then what else? Gold. Gold prices surge amid Middle East tensions and possible Fed rate pause. 2 different stories on a pause and a possible hike. Uncertainty. Markets don't like uncertainty. Let's get into the market timing graph. Put this on a 3-month graph. This is the market. All right. It's tough for me to tell you to buy anything long, but it's also tough for me to tell you to sell anything short. This big protracted downtrend was bigger than this downtrend was bigger than this downtrend. The market is showing signs, especially with what's going on across the world, with what's going on in the market. The market's got more downside. I tracked the movement from this head and shoulders pattern from the head down to the neckline. I think that on the VectorVest composite, which tracks over 9,000 stocks, we have a price down to about 53.75, and currently we're at 54.76. It's about $1 worth of downward move. People have been asking me, how low can this market go? Based on the head and shoulders pattern, we've got about another $1 to go to the downside. So it makes it tough for me to tell you to sell stocks short. It also makes it tough for me to tell you when to start to buy stocks long. We've had a DEW down call since August. And even with the movements to the upside, none of those times gave us a DEW up call. That is our middle of the road market timing signal. We've got no confirmation. We're in a downtrend. The market is having a hard time breaking out of the downtrend, and all of the other things that I've just explained are starting to keep the market down. So I wanted to give a depiction of what the market was doing. This is the last 3 months. Big down days for 2 days in a row, coming off a level of resistance at 56.73, couldn't break through it. The market's having a hard time moving higher. So going back to the stocks that I have, USO and GLD. Now talking about the DEW timing signal. Since that call, which occurred on August 11th of 2023, as the market was going down, I want to do a quick test of both gold and oil. And let me show you what they are. They're up 6.5% all the way up until now, compared to the S&P 500 down over 4%. Is it blowing the doors off the market? No. Is it making you money in the market? Yes. And that's what it's all about. Annualized, just these two stocks annualized from the DEW down call, over 34%. All right, where the market is annualized down over 22%. Folks, that's it in a nutshell. Let me go stream this up until now. Let's go graph these two so you get a better view of them. Put them on a 6-month graph. There's USO, looking at the MPI in a trend. Not giving me an early signal to enter now, but from the bottom left to the top right, draw all of this that's going on in the market moving higher. Looking at gold, it took a long time to come around. It was moving down with the market, but now with what's going on in Israel, the gold is starting to take off a little bit. We're now getting into trend. We now have a signal, but we are in overbought territory, so keep your eyes on it. Folks, that's it in a nutshell. I didn't want to have a long drawn out video. Didn't want to push any agenda about, hey, I'm buying this stock now, go buy it. I don't want to do that. I would rather to have you where you need to be and have an understanding, teaching you how to fish, of why we are where we are, and giving you fish on the two industries that you should be considering right now. If you like this content, folks, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We want the new eyes on our channel so that we can help you make money in the market and be a part of VV Nation. Don't forget to share this content with the people you know. That is another way to help this channel to grow. As I told you, short and sweet, to the point, no agenda. I didn't even have a whole lot of fun this time. I really wanted to point you in where you needed to be. And again, if you feel that this was useful to you, you hit that like button. Let's make this a very widely watched video. To the point. Folks, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya. VV Nation, did you know that there's 7 deadly sins that can keep you from consistently making money in the market? If you would like to know more about those sins, and if you are falling victim to any of them, he goes right now to www.vectorvest.com/YT7sins to get your free report. You don't want to miss out on this, so do that right now.